Right. Well, everyone's gone fucking crazy, so it's for that time, I guess. Um, no one should get shot for exercising the First Amendment right. Doesn't matter what side of the spectrum you're on, what party you believe in, blah 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 blah. No one should get shot for that. Yeah, maybe catch some hands, or yell at them, or even just calmly debate with them. Maybe try to get them to see your point of view. We used to have forums for this thing. I don't even online. I mean, like we used to have public forums where people would sit there, take turns speaking, and come to an agreement on how things should be, or agree to disagree. Not hard. Really, not that hard. We all get too heated over this political bullshit, and all I see is that everyone else in the world is crazy. And no, I'm not apolitical. My points of view are my own. Any of my friends that can call me and sit and talk, or we can have back and forth, they know my stance on things. And sometimes I change the way they do things. Sometimes they change the way I see things. Because that's healthy. That's how it's supposed to be. That's normal. I am growing tired of seeing, oh, left this, right that. Oh, it's, the whole left is blah, blah, blah. They're arming themselves because they want to take out the church. No, dude, stop blaming the fucking party because one person was chemically imbalanced enough and did it because they got some harebrained cockamamie fucking scheme up in their head and they were like, oh, I'm going to do this because it'll fix everything. Or, I'm going to be fucking. Who gives a shit what the political affiliation is, unless the people were straight up hired by a party to do so, which I highly doubt. Be no different than someone who's a conservative that had a shit ton of guns all of a sudden shot someone. No, dude, people that have that many guns don't really generally normally use that. Unless there's something wrong with their fucking brain. You know? Like my eggs are scrambled a little bit. A couple concussions here and there. You don't see me trying to kill anybody. But we're being divided over something that should instead unite us all. Yeah, gun reform is a fucking thing, blah, 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 blah. But don't restrict the fucking firearms. Make it the way it was that, like, my parents and my grandparents told me was back in the day, where people were sound enough of mind and responsible enough to where, you know, in the 80s up until Reagan decided, hey, this might be a bad idea, people were allowed to have fully automatic guns because they were responsible enough to do so. They would go out to the desert or the range to mag dump if they're $200 of ammo, which is probably like more like $3,000 today. Ooh, they hurt anyone with it? No. Has school shootings been a thing recently? Not really. No. Look at Texas Tech. That motherfucker was a Marine and chemically imbalanced. And that was how long ago? Ain't new. I'm not sure how to protect my family from a world of uncertainty that grows increasingly. People used to have a rational way of thinking about things, of doing things, where they were at least predictable enough. I didn't feel the need to scan and people watch when I was out with my family. I don't like the fact that if my wife decides to walk down the street to the nearest 7-Eleven, I have to be afraid now. Is someone gonna fucking shoot her just because she's racially ambiguous and they might not decide what she looks like in passing, or oh, she looks like she might be like, no, it's fucking insane. And everyone keeps dragging other political bullshit in it that has nothing to do with it. Yeah, some of what Charlie Kirk said may have been offensive. Some of it might have also been factual. It is what it is. Everyone has an opinion. Just like everyone's got a belly button and an asshole. You don't see anyone else getting shot because they fucking farted. I don't know. I'm fucking tired. This is stupid. I don't even know what I'm making this. I think it's this or I go fucking insane. But we've devolved too much into a world of me, 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 me. Yeah, it's cool that some of us, even my age, my generation, millennial, whatever the fuck I'm supposed to be, decide we want to get to know our neighbors and kind of trust them a little bit. We just have to go with it. Hey, saw a car that I've never seen before chill in front of your house. That's the way it used to be. My grandparents grew up, granted, the Midwest, but they grew up when you didn't lock your doors. That culture doesn't exist anymore. People put bars on their second story windows because they can't trust people. And I'm not even saying in bad areas now. I'm saying like nice parts down still have that shit. They just make it look fancy and decorative. Too many people weren't raised with if you don't have anything nice to say, keep your mouth shut. And now they're crying about it because they're losing their job. Unless someone did something heinous, unless what they represented was despicable and egregious, there's no need to celebrate any of this stuff. Now, if it's someone who assaulted you as a child or even as an adult, and you know that that person is vile, yeah, you can celebrate their death. Don't do it fucking public. Get a couple of your friends together and be like, hey, I want to have a beer about this because, I want to celebrate. Don't be all like, ooh, online for everyone to see and then get mad when the real world has consequences. I don't know how much clearer to make it to you guys. Like, you know, I asked one of my best friends if he could spare a piece of hardware because these can only protect my family so much. I can only do so much. I will get tired. I will run out of energy. I can't protect them and make sure they get away if there's a threat if I can't account for it. Granted, I've always thought like that, but the world is just confirming that the way I think and the way I carry myself and act is the way to do so, at least for me. I have friends that are posting on social media that I don't know if I'm going to block them. I don't know if I should just ignore. I don't know if I should call them out and start a whole thing. But I'm disgusted by some of what they're posting. Because again, they're celebrating the death of an American who was exercising his First Amendment right, one of his quote unquote God given rights. Now, whether you believe in one singular God, multiple gods, no gods, a flying spaghetti monster, Cthulhu, whatever, doesn't matter. That is either his right for existing or his right for being having been created, whichever you choose. But he also stated everything he did peacefully, as far as I've seen. And I've watched some of his videos. Don't always agree with what he said, but he never deliberately attacked anyone. He didn't outright belittle anyone. He would just make them realize that maybe their approach was less than graceful in the way they worded things, or the tone they had, or the energy they were giving. It's taken me a long time to have this level of attitude and rationale. I used to be very quick to fire. Still kind of am, but call it testosterone, call it ADHD, rage, whatever it is. Call it being a father and a husband in America, in our economy. Whatever. I have to maintain whatever this is. Because I can't catch a charge, I can't catch hands, and I can't catch a round for running my mouth and then trying to back it up. Just hoping to give some of y'all perspective that, if you're raised with it, you should remember it. If you weren't raised with it, just know. If you got nothing to say, keep your mouth shut. Protects you, protects everyone else, keeps everyone possibly tolerable. And for any of you that have known me for a while, try to give me shit, tell me I'm not punk rock or whatever anymore, dude, tolerance is the most punk rock thing you can do. Now, if someone's a Nazi, I mean an actual Nazi, as in they have a weird squiggly X fucking tattoo somewhere, or they have some really offensive abbreviations and numbers tattooed on them. Unless you're actually spouting, hey, maybe talk to them. I've met plenty of dudes who only got these tattoos because they were in prison, and it's that or die. All we're all trying to do here is survive. Not saying you're gonna change people's minds overnight. Not saying everyone's gonna flat out admit, hey, I ain't like that. Or go, I ain't like that no more. But stop calling everybody fucking Nazis because they don't. You've ever been to Huntington Beach Friday night? You know what Nazis look like. You know how they act. And trust me, not everyone's a fucking Nazi. But some of y'all are fucking want to be as communists. That's just as bad almost. So, peace, love, rock on, whatever the fuck it is that gets you going, makes you feel all chipper and good inside. Just make sure it means you're being a decent human being. Peace out, y'all.